Hello! How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to take a few minutes and read you a book, since it's kind of a fun book. It's called The Secret Shortcut by Mark Teague. All right, let's get started. Okay. Oh, that looks exciting, doesn't it? On Monday, Wendell and Floyd were late for school. Oh dear, the teacher does not look very happy about that, does she? They had nearly been captured by space creatures, they told their teacher. Ridiculous, said Mrs. Gersblatt. And she warned them not to let it happen again. But Tuesday was no better. Pirates were loose in the neighborhood. It was sheer bad luck. Wendell and Floyd explained when they showed up late for school. Preposterous, said Mrs. Gersblatt. There's the pirates. And there's Wendell and Floyd hiding up in the tree from the pirates. And on Wednesday, even though Wendell and Floyd left early, a plague of frogs made them late once again. Absurd, cried their teacher. I'm warning you. Be here on time tomorrow, or else. And no more crazy excuses. Oh, that is a lot of frogs, isn't it? That's pretty crazy. There's got to be a way to get to school on time, said Wendell. We'll just have to leave earlier. Floyd arrived at Wendell's house so early the next morning that the sun was barely up. And Wendell was still in his pajamas. Guess he forgot to tell his friend he was coming early, huh? I've got an idea, said Wendell, as he quickly got dressed. We'll follow my secret shortcut and get to school even sooner. Shortcut? Asked Floyd. I didn't know there were any good shortcuts to school. This is the secretest shortcut of all, said Wendell. In fact, I invented it myself. He led Floyd up the alley by the Ulick's backyard, then down a culvert, over a fence, and through a dense thicket of blackberry vines. Then they scrambled over some boulders, down a steep bank, and across a narrow stream. This is some shortcut, said Floyd. Relax, said Wendell. We'll be there in a minute. But the forest became thicker and darker. Soon it was hung with vines. The screeches of strange jungle animals echoed all around. Maybe we took a wrong turn, said Floyd. I'm pretty sure the school is right up ahead, Wendell told him. This is an interesting shortcut, isn't it? But the jungle only grew wilder. And when the boys finally came to a trail, it did not lead straight to the school as they had hoped. Instead, it meandered through quicksand swamps and past large sleeping crocodiles. Oh, dear. There's a hippopotamus over there, too, huh? That's interesting. And across a deep, rocky gorge. Oh, look at that bridge they had to cross. It's higher than the trees, says a bird with its nest way up at the top of a tree. And it began to get late. This is going to be hard to explain, said Floyd. They stood in the small clearing. I have an idea, said Wendell. We'll climb a tree and see if we can spot the school. Oh, it's a very interesting area they're in there. Oh, look at the rhinoceros watching them. Okay, looks like they're going to climb those ropes, get to the top of a tree, see where they are. They must be a little lost, huh? They chose the biggest, tallest tree they could find and climbed all the way to the top. Do you see the school? Asked Wendell. I don't even see the town, said Floyd. They watched some monkeys playing in the treetops. I have another idea, said Wendell. What is it? Asked Floyd. He was getting tired of Wendell's ideas. We'll swing from these vines just like the monkeys, said Wendell. That way we'll travel much faster. Oh, well. Soon they were swinging from vine to vine. This isn't bad, shouted Floyd. I bet we're making good time. I knew this shortcut would work out, Wendell crowed. But at that moment, they ran out of vines. Oh, dear. Wonder what's going to happen next. Uh-oh. The boys landed, plop, plop, in a giant puddle of mud. Now, what do we do? Asked Floyd. Excuse me. I don't know, said Wendell. I'm out of ideas. They sat in the puddle and thought about all the trouble they were going to be in. Miss Gernsblatt will never believe this story, said Wendell. It is sort of crazy, said Floyd. Just then, from far away, they heard a school bell ring. Oh. Did you hear that? Cried Wendell. That was the first bell. We can still make it if we run. They ran until the jungle gave way to forest, and the forest became woods. And then they scurried through the Mortleys' backyard and up the hill to the school. They flew through the door of Miss Gernsblatt's room and landed squishily in their seats, just as the late bell rang. Well, you made it, said their teacher, and just in time. But how on earth did you get so muddy just walking to school? Floyd looked at Wendell. Wendell looked at Floyd. On second thought, said Miss Gernsblatt, maybe you'd better not say. During recess, Wendell and Floyd sat in the sun to give the mud a chance to dry. At least, we finally got to school on time. Oh, excuse me, said Wendell. He didn't say excuse me. He said they got to school on time. That's the main thing, Floyd agreed. And in fact, it was quite a while before they were late to school again. Even so, they never did find a really good shortcut. Looks like they had all kinds of adventures getting to school, huh? Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the secret shortcut. Bye for now.